at a later time. You have a second amendment?
I do.
Mr. Chairman, my second amendment would strike Section 2 of the legislation and amend the current language in Section 3 relating to, again, the 3% withholding to delay implementation for 5 years from current law from the 2011 to 2016. My first amendment sought to repeal the 3% withholding burden outright.
That's it.
And while I believe this approach is preferable, if we are to voluntarily comply with PAYGO, we could still consider delaying implementation longer than 1 year. Ultimately, if we fail to repeal 3% withholding, then honest taxpayers will get hit with this increased compliance burden, driving up the cost of doing business with governments, and similarly, the cost of governments of obtaining much needed goods and services. As I stated before, this issue has thus far been handled in a bipartisan manner with growing support from others in Congress and the backing of the Government Withholding Relief Coalition. Attaching it to this larger bill, which is such a sensitive issue for both parties, undermines the bipartisan spirit of the 3% withholding repeal effort. Concerning PAYGO, according to the Joint Committee on Taxation, my amendment would cost $345 million over 10 years, which is fully offset through the Section 2 repeal, which would reinstate the private debt collectors pilot program. This way we can have the additional time to consider the overarching problem of 3% withholding repeal. I urge everyone to support this amendment.
It's my understanding that it still violates PAYGO over a 5-year period. Is there anyone seeking recognition on the Herger amendment? Mr. Meeks.
Mr. Chairman, I agree with you, and that's the information that I have also. I think it's, again, I just would like to state for the record, Mr. Chairman, it's important to keep this issue alive and at the forefront of the Congress. The reason why we have a number of bipartisan co-sponsors is that there are many cities that are involved. We know that we feel that the overall fiscal impact will on local governments will violate the Unfunded Mandate Act, but I know that we have enough members of this committee and also members of Congress shown by the support of the original 3% withhold that are in support of not sending this unfunded mandate to local governments, nor treating those taxpayers, those small businesses, unfairly. Again, I would like to say thank you to the committee and also to the chairman for putting an underlying bill, and I'm looking forward to working with Mr. Herger as we continue to work on this issue along with the coalitions that are out there against it. Yield back, Mr. Chairman. I urge the members to vote down the Herger amendment.
Thank you. Anyone else seeking recognition? Would the sponsor like to close?
Yes, and Mr. Chairman, I might say that as far as the PAYGO, it does pay for itself over 10 years. I would be more than willing to work with the chairman for a PAYGO over the 5 years.
You want to withdraw the amendment and work with me?
No, I'd like to keep the amendment, but I'd like to work with you as it goes to the floor for the PAYGO.
Let's see what happens to the amendment, then we see how much time we have to work together.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Right. Anyone else seeking recognition? The chair puts the amendment up for vote. All in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. Against? No. The noes have it. The amendment is defeated.
Request a roll call vote, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, without objection, it will be placed with the rest of the votes. The chair will now recognize Mr. English for an amendment.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.